Hi, everybody. Um, I'm here pretty much trying to send a message to my black people. It's pretty much about what is going on. And the point I'm trying to make so far is upon my own observation, I've realized that we, the black people, yeah, 99% of the black people are schooled but not educated. Yeah, it's only 1% of the black people who are educated. Education and schooling are two different words and they have a two different meaning. But people think both have the same meaning. No. If it is the same meaning, there shouldn't have been a different word, different words of formulations. Because when you look at school, the way we write school as SCHOOL is different from education. So since the alphabet are different from education, that means it has different meaning altogether. Although one way or the other they are interrelated, that does not mean it has the same meaning. Why am I saying this? Education is a process of edifying yourself. That is, the root word of education came out of edification. To edify yourself, to move yourself up from the normal circumstances to a higher level, to achieve it, to assess things and to know the truth and the fact in a case or a situation. That is education. And school is being accept whatever they tell you or what you read, what they quote to you, you accept it as the final thing and you don't make any research. That means you accept everything, so you've been controlled by what they tell you. That is schooled. So when it happens like that, they take control of your mind because you believe whatever they tell you. That is, you are schooled. So schooling and education has a different meaning. But from my own observation in relation to this coronavirus, I realized that 99% of black people are schooled but not educated. Because when you are educated, you don't allow yourself to be cheapened in any way, but rather you assess everything and bring everything to a perspective and try to know the difference or to distinguish or to assess from a different perspective, trying to look for the facts and connect the dot. Whatever you hear and whatever they say, you connect the dot, and then out of that, you can get a faculty or the facts in that particular case or situation. That is education. Why am I then saying this? Let's bring it back to what is going on over right now. They said the so-called coronavirus. The coronavirus, as they created it. They told us coronavirus was created out of ice or the very cold weather or condition, and it happens as a result when the winter is fading out and the summer is taking over. When the ice is melting, then that is where the virus begins to spring up. So that means even in a clear weather, the virus even cannot stand in, less the hot weather. So how can such a thing? And this is not the first time this coronavirus happened or appeared or resurfaced. Coronavirus comes here every year. Every year. Around the February, March, that period, when the snow is melting and everything, coronavirus resurfaces. It's a constant thing every year. But because these world leaders are trying to kill the black people and they find every means to kill us And they've used a whole lot of all the viruses, as they can name it, to kill us. And they have no name to use again, or the name any virus to use again. That is where they are dwelling on coronavirus. And they know coronavirus is not by nothing, but rather it's just a very easy fade out, what they call it, a virus, which just vanish within the twinkling of an eye. But they can use that to create panic into this very earth. Then they force us, the black people, to go in for vaccine or injections. So by so doing, they will use it to destroy us or to kill us. That is what is going on right now. So when I walk down the street and I see my own people that they cover their nose with a mask, they put on gloves and everything. And I said to myself, I don't think such a person, I mean the black people, have a brain in this scar here. Why am I saying this? Okay, now let's look at something. With this hot weather, you put a mask in your face for, let's say, 30 minutes. Think of the heat that would create around your mouth and the viruses that it will create around your mouth. Then you breathe in and breathe out the same air around your nose. So what do you think? You are rather creating virus to yourself. These are the people that they said they are school, they are smart. And you see them also having gloves on. They put on gloves, plastic gloves, which create heat. And they keep it on for almost an hour or two. It depends on where they are going. And between their nails got sweat and also create a whole lot of virus in there. So now, me keeping myself exposed to the weather clean, and you having all these things to create virus. So who is smart? You see how it is? Because they are told by the government that they need to protect themselves with a mask and gloves. That is schooling. They control their mind. What they tell them, that's what they believe. That is schooling. But I sit down and assess and say, no. By keeping gloves on my hands for such a longer time can rather create virus for me and I can't even breathe in, and I'd rather choke myself one way or the other and create more virus. That is education. So I educate myself by lifting myself up from the normal pedestal to another level by assessing and bring everything to perspective and look at it and connect it to day-to-day activities and realize that no, that is a wrong thing. That is education. You see how it is? So now, people living in Africa telling us they have coronavirus. No. This is what they do. It's like somebody living in a hot weather condition telling me he got a cancer. No. They come up with all these ways because you are not educated. You are schooled. So whatever they tell you, you believe it. But even let's look at it from this perspective. Some people who was able to tie up your neck with a rope and set fire underneath you and burn you alive. Same person come to you that I have a medication for you to drink. What do you think? So where is their brain for them to assess and to know that these people are my enemies? So whatever they tell me, I'm not going to listen to it. But rather I will look at it from a different perspective. And I bring it to a perspective to see what they are telling me is true. They don't look at it. That is schooled, because they have been controlled. They have been able to control their mind. Whatever they tell them, they believe it. But the same people are killing you. So, my point here is, from my own observation, I realize that 99% of the black people in the whole wide world are schooled, but not educated, including our leaders. For our leaders, probably, for now, I don't know, the only person probably, I don't know, in Africa, for so far what I know is Paul Kagame, is whom I know right now. and it looks like a couple of them also, just few, 1 or 2 or 3 people addition to him, but the rest are all fools. None of them. Because they are fools, not because they don't know what they are doing. They know what they are doing, but rather they've accepted whatever they tell them, and they're scared of the leaders that if they don't do, probably something will happen to them. So when they tell them to go and do this to kill your people, and we give you money, they will do it. So they go by whatever they tell them. They don't care. Killing of their own people is a problem. No, but rather, they will rather do exactly what they are telling them to promote the white supremacy. But if you are making things all impossible to be possible, let's see what is going to happen. I know coronavirus cannot kill anybody. But if they say it can kill people, then we are all going to use it to kill people. What do I mean? You are going to make sure all these leaders who came out with this concept will also be infected. And someone asked me, how are you going to do it? Fine. I'm sitting here with just my 2 hands. But there's one thing you must know, that there's somebody who cares for me, whom you don't know. Her name is Mawu, the creator of the whole universe. The one way or the other, people call her Mother Nature. She's there. She cares for black people. She's our mother. But I'm rather unfortunate, our people don't know her, and even they don't want to hear about her. Some do, for some past, and if some still do, know that she exists. But they don't want to hear anything from her, because they hate her. Even black people, when we realize about parenting, when we go to parenting, both the father and the mother, who care the most is the mothers. The mothers care. I don't mean the father don't care. They do. But because you were kept in your mother's womb for 9 months before you come out, so the affection for your mother to you is so great than the father. The father do care. I know some fathers who do even more, have more affection, more or less, than the women. But most of all, the women do care. Thinking about how the child will grow, will eat, will do everything. So, our mother cares for us so much. But because we've been lured and schooled, so no one wants to search. But they know they've heard a name, and they've heard something called Mother Nature. They know that the creator, that all this creation that you see, the one behind it is a woman. So where is that woman? Because of lack of education, and because they are school, no one wants to assess it and value it one way or the other and bring it to a perspective to look at it. So now, they say Mother Nature. So who is that mother? Nobody wants to search. And when they are referring to a place or a country or whatever it is, they say she. Because the creator is a woman. The one who behind all this creation is a woman. They know, they heard it. But yet still, nobody wants to hear. They heard, but they want to hear. And they want to know. That is why you've been giving yourself to be killed every single day. They will kill you every day. I'm telling you, they will kill you every single day. Because you've left your mother and follow someone you don't know. Also like a hen with a chicks. When a chick step away from the mother, the hawk can, sniff it away from the mother. That is why we are being tortured every single day. Because nobody wants to hear about the mother. Nobody wants to hear. Even when you are home with your parent and you listen to your mother advice, what she tells you, it's hardly for you, get yourself into trouble. But when you disrespect your mother and so on and so forth, you go into so many problems. So let's look for the mother. And I said, her name is Mawu. Please, share this. This is a website and name it black greatness again. So the whole topic that I'm talking about today is 99% of the black people are schooled but not educated. Only 1% is educated. Those who are educated don't accept anything that they put it out there, but rather they bring it to a perspective to find the uniqueness of that particular thing, the truth in it, the genuineness of that particular thing. And they assess so many things, couple it with the day-to-day activities, and to find the truth out of it. Then they cannot be lured into such a problem. So I don't put on gloves, neither I don't put a mask. And I don't believe there's nothing called coronavirus over there. I'm telling you. Because this coronavirus happens every single year since time of creation. Is it not today that coronavirus will be coronavirus? It's there every year. Go and make a research and find it. Every year is there. Because our people are so stupid and they are schooled. Their mind have been taken control. They have become robots. That is why they believe, and I see them with a mask and all those things. And this is what they are doing. All those people, all the reports about the people, sick and dying, a whole lot of things. In reality, people die every day throughout the whole world. And moreover, people get sick every day because of the food that we eat. So now, when anybody go to the hospital and report sick or any kind of symptoms, then equate it to coronavirus. That's why you see that this number is going up. You think it's a coronavirus. No, any sickness, when you go there, they record it as coronavirus. Any sickness, when you go to any hospital now, today, the moment you step in, they record it as corona. I've talked to doctors, nurses, they said they have nothing to check coronavirus. Nothing. But they equate it as coronavirus, and they take your blood and make a test and see. And nothing like that. So now, they were forcing to inject people or to vaccine people so that they can kill them. And I interceded. And I told our mother, please help me out over here, my people. They were bringing military down the street to force people. Now, our mother has stopped them. The one whom you don't care to know has stopped them. And they've returned all the military back to base. Now they've come up with another medication, another means device. They said, for those people that were contracted with coronavirus, that they cure them, they are using their blood sample as a vaccine, taking out the virus from the coronavirus and to use it as a preventive measures to inject people who will get coronavirus. They come up with another strategy. So they are going to use that as an antidote by so-called picking coronaviruses, and then they use it to inject people. So when you go to the hospital, that's what they are going to do to you right now. I will say what I have to say because I've been given it to say. But the word to a wise is enough. So my point here is 99% of the black people are schooled but not educated. Period.